check, check. All right. Let's see what we got here, guys. Look too bright. All right. Okay, it's live. Somebody hear me? I'm sure y'all can hear me, right? Yeah, I'm sure you can. All right. Well, we build it as we go. Once again, just like I said. Um, got to keep rolling. Let me share my screen with you guys. I got to do this. It is what it is, guys. So, all right. There we go. All right, guys. So basically, I wanted to talk to you guys about Cher and Alexander Edwards because they really got a deep, deep Earth connection, guys. So I want you guys to take a look at Cher's chart first because we actually got a birth time, guys. Her birth time and her birthday. We got everything. We're not gonna go too deep. I will go deep though, because we do got a birth time. So we'll go a little deep. But just right off the bat, guys, let's just look at her natal chart. She was born May 20th, 1946 at 7:25 post standard time in El Centro, California, guys. So of course she's a Taurus. So we do see that. We have her, you know, unbelievable. Here we go again with this. This thing's supposed to be working. That's why I say we build it as we go. Isn't that something? But guys, you can see, just look at my cursor. So basically, she's a Taurus. I'm going to be circling. She's at 28 degrees of Taurus right here. So we do see that. So, and that's her sun is located in the 11th house. So she is a Taurus at 28 degrees. 28 degrees of Taurus. That's where sun is. And we got a Mercury right here in the 11th house as well at 16 degrees of Taurus. So that's good. Now, a lot of people always ask me, where does she get her singing ability from? Well, I mean, if you take a look at all this, Gemini right here. We got all this Gemini in the 12th house. Now, of course, the 12th house is naturally Pisces, right? So, Pisces rules music, singing, and all that stuff. So that's where she get her love for music at, is right in there, guys. So just so you know, she's getting all her basic, singing characteristics from that 12th house. Okay. That's where her Venus is. It's at 25 degrees of Gemini. You got Uranus there. It's at 25 degrees of Gemini as well, which is really good. So that's good. And all that's creating a nice trine. Look at it. Look at that trine. I mean, that's a nice trine to Jupiter. So although Jupiter is retrograde, doesn't matter, guys. That's a nice trine. So that's gonna give her some luck and ability in the singing industry or music industry, so to speak. So that's really good. So I just want to touch bases on that. Also, look at her ascendant. Her ascendant is at 8 degrees of Cancer. That's pretty cool. She got a moon in Capricorn. Here's what it is with that. Now, let's look at the relationship dynamics. Can she be in a relationship? Can she be in a marriage? Can she maintain it? Well, she was married before, of course, to Sonny Bono. And of course he died. But let's just take a look at her relationship dynamics. Let's look at her Venus. Of course, we just talked about that. That's at 25 degrees of Gemini. Normally, when you see Venus in Gemini, they got multiple lovers. Yeah, I tell you, it be like that, guys. So I guarantee you, she got some stories where she's, was with Sonny Bono or low key with somebody else, guys. Sometimes that happens. It is what it is, especially in Hollywood and the music industry. Things like that happens. Um, she's not, impervious to it, so she's in that industry. And let me just say this, just getting on the fact about Alexander Edwards. So when you talk about youth, and we're gonna see this in her chart, um, youth, all that youth is ruled by the fifth house, ruled by Leo. It's a lot of stuff that has a lot of Leo leanings to it when it comes to youth, dating younger men. Um, a lot of guys date older women. Again, we saw this with who? Ursher and Chili. So we saw that with both of those, those two as well. So, but yeah, guys, I mean, we got that going on. She has a nice little trine with her fifth house. So that would go with the fifth house underleanings right there, right? So we talked about youth and younger men. So the fifth house rules young men. So of course we got Venus creating a nice trine to her fifth house cuss. So that's nice, right? So she's gonna love younger men. You see that? So that's a nice little connection I want you guys to look at. It's already in the natal chart. It's a natal promise. So yeah, she was gonna be with a younger man regardless. She's always loved the younger men. So, and this is how she's fulfilling that particular natal promise. So that's good, guys. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's why things like this happen. It happens like this because the astrological chart was designed that way. So even got a part of fortune here. I mean, look at that. I mean, this is a grand trine with her part of fortune at 27 degrees of Aquarius, which is new age stuff, right? It's not traditional. Traditionally, the man is always older than the woman, right? So, but this is untraditional, unconventional, as an unconventional, right? That's that Aquarius right there. It's very unconventional. It's not traditional. So, with that grand trine from the part of fortune to the fifth house to Venus right there in the chart. I mean, that's a young man. But he's more technologically advanced. He's a lot more mature, right? So yeah, so we see that already. Now, can she maintain it? Yes, as long as she doesn't get married. Why do I say that? Well, look at her Juno. It's at 15 degrees of Libra. Look at that. So normally when you see that, Juno at 15 degrees of Libra, well, normally when you see it's retrograding, that's pretty much a detrimental aspect, right? Especially when it's retrograding like that in Libra, which rules Venus, right? So you got that going on, but it does got a little plus to it because it's trining Uranus. So it's not all bad. It is trining, you know, Uranus. But the fact remains is that it is retrograde. It is in a relationship sign, which is Libra, and it's ruled by Venus, which is love. And then you got this square to her natal moon. So you got Juno squaring her moon and Paulus in the seventh house. So, of course, the seventh house rules what, guys? Marriages, relationships, one to one relationships, right? And you got Juno, which rules marriages, and is basically squaring what the moon in the seventh house and Paulus in the seventh house. And Paulus, it's basically repeat patterns. So she's repeating this over and over again in her life. Well, she will be. She will be repeating, lessons that hey, don't get married. Something's gonna happen. Just repeat patterns in her relationships. So now, I would say Saturn is squaring it too. Saturn, yeah, I would say it too. I would. It's by 6 degrees, 7 degrees. I'd give it a square. Oh yeah. So you got a T square going on with Saturn, Juno, and the moon. I mean, geez. So no, I wouldn't suggest that Cher and Alexander Edwards get married. Not at all. Just based on her personal planetary alignments, I wouldn't suggest it. So, and you guys can see this as well. I would not suggest that these two individuals get married because personal planetary alignments they just don't fare out. It won't be fruitful when it comes to marriage, but they make really good girlfriend and boyfriend. I mean, we're gonna get to that momentarily once we look at the charts together. So, but I mean, yeah, it's nice now. I mean, she got some good stuff going on, right? Now, let's see, we got Juno. It's right by Jupiter. So that gives her a little bit of luck in relationships. So that's good. That's good. That's really good. We got her Mars. It's in the second house along with Pluto. That's good. That's okay. Now, if you take a look at Mars, it is at 13 degrees of Leo. Now, look at our Mercury, guys. Our Mercury is right here at 16 degrees of Taurus. That's a big square right there. So now I want you guys to think about this. As you can see, look at this alignment right here, because this is very important when it comes to relationships as well. Anger, Mars rules anger. And then you got the square with Mercury going on. So in this relationship dynamics that she has with Alexander Edwards, she has to practice what? Conflict resolution. She needs to learn conflict resolution because as you can see that square right there, that's all madness. That's all arguments. Okay. That's exactly what that is. She does that. Sometimes she can't help it, but she has to get a grip of that in order for the relationship to work. Now, he does balance her out with that. So we're gonna get to her hit both charts right now because I want you guys to see their relationship structure and planetary alignments together because that explains a lot. All right, so let's take a look right now. So he's on the outside, guys, and she's on the inside. So we just saw her chart, but real quick, let's just take a look at his natal chart by itself. Now, we don't have his birth time, but we're going to look at his chart. Now, we know that this is an age gap relationship, guys. So, and as I said before with age gap relationships, now listen, the planetary alignments, they do align really well in age gap relationships. That's why traditionally you have the man older than the woman. That matters, okay? Because the planetary alignments, they align really well. They just do. The planets align really well with the other persons. Now, again, the caveat to that, the exception to that is when two people are the same age, the months have to be a certain level or a certain number apart for the planets to align really well. Okay, you'll find that a lot of the outer planets, they don't align very well with the inner planets when two people are the same age, but they will have a good connection if you have those inner planets, those nice planets touching the other outer planets of the older person, or the other person that's, the same age. All right, so now let's just take a look at his chart. He was born September 21st, 1986, so he's an 80s baby, right? This is crazy. Oakland, California, guys. So just take a look at his chart. Now, you see that Earth? It's an Earth relationship, basically. His sun is at 28 degrees of Virgo. Isn't that something? So you got her with her sun at 28 degrees of Taurus, which is Earth. And then you got his sun at 28 degrees of Virgo. So that's nice, right? I have seen this before where two individuals have their sun in particular elements in the same degree, and it works really well. So that's the reason you got these two working very well together. They're two earth signs, but they're two different earth signs, but they're earth signs. You guys understand what I'm saying? So, and in the same degree. So you can imagine the magnitude of their suns together. I mean, a trine is a nice flow of energy, guys. So they both have nice flows of energy moving towards each other together, back and forth. So it's a beautiful thing. So that's why it works with them. This is one reason why it works. Just with their suns alone, creating that trine together. That works perfectly, guys. It works perfectly because it's all earth. They down to earth with each other. They feel at home with each other with that 28 degrees, as you guys will see once I put the charts together. Now, his Venus is in Scorpio, which is really good. She needs that water because, of course, her moon is where it's in is a Capricorn, guys. So she's all earth. You see all that earth she has? So she needs to get watered down a little bit. Well, I wouldn't say she needs to get watered down, but she needs a little water in her life. All right. So that Venus, that puts that water personally in her life. That's what his Venus does. All right. Now, if you take a look right here, his Juno is in what? Sagittarius. That's good. That's a good thing. And what do we have? We got anything going on with this Sagittarius? Yes. Nice little trine with Vesta right here. So he knows how to focus on relationships. That's good. As you know, Vesta right here, it's an insatiable focus. So he has a knack to focus in on relationships. And look at that. He has Uranus in Sagittarius. So he's spontaneous in the relationship. So that's good. Cher needs that, doesn't she? She's an older woman, so she does need some spontaneous activity. That's good. She needs to move, get about. She's not just sitting at home with him, not doing nothing. All right. So she's getting out with him and, kind of moving with him. So that's good. He creates that movement. Now, look at his Juno, guys. It is in Sag. So when you see someone's Juno in Sagittarius, normally you normally see interracial couples. The person has a person that's not of their ethnicity. So something foreign. So she's foreign to him in a way because she's foreign to him basically because she's different from him, even with age. So just keep that in mind. That Sag kind of creates a different paradigm in his life when it comes to relationships. Now, as Venus, of course, is in Scorpio. So that kind of digs deep within her psyche as well, because just philosophical, he's able to get things. He's able to get it. All right. Along with her. So that's good. So he got some good stuff going on. Just looking at his planetary alignments. He has a nice flow of energy with Mars. You see that, guys? Look at his Mars. His Mars is in Capricorn. That's real good. That's really nice. Right? So his energy right there. He has a nice flow of energy with Mars. So when she gets upset, he knows how to what? Have conflict resolution. He knows how to calm her down. So that's good. That's a good aspect that he has in his natal chart. Just without his birth time, you can see the planetary alignment though that he has. And he does it repeatedly. Look at that. With Paulus, I mean, that's good. I mean, he knows how to really create balance when it comes to conflict. So that's real good. I like that. That's really nice. That's a really nice aspect to have when it comes to relationships, because you're gonna have conflict no matter how you slice the pie. Now, guys, look at this. Look at his moon. His moon is in Taurus. So there again, we got both of these individuals who have one, their sun sign in Earth, two, their moon in Earth. So she got her moon in Capricorn. His moon is in what? Taurus. I mean, they all Earth down. I mean, that's a deep Earth connection, and that's why I label this a deep Earth connection with them two, with these two, because they do have a deep Earth connection. I mean, if you just take a look at it and think about it, it's like, wow, these two individuals, they're very compatible, and they are compatible, guys. They are. No, of course, she has bad personal planetary alignments when it comes to marriage and things like that. But as far as them, she can be a fiance for life for him, or she can be a girlfriend for life with him. So that's really good. If they want to stay together, they can really stay together. He doesn't mind. This is another thing, guys. Let me just say this. He doesn't mind growing old with him. He doesn't mind that because, again, look at his Juno. It's right by what? Saturn. Saturn rules time, older individuals. So he doesn't care about that. I mean, he doesn't care about that, guys. That he's good with that. So I know a lot of people like, man, I mean, she getting older. He could be like, I want something younger. No, he don't want that younger. He wants some older. He loves older women. When you got Saturn right by Juno, or Juno right by Saturn like that, or Saturn trine in Juno, that person loves older people. So just keep that in mind. When you see a younger man getting an older woman or something like that, they either got a Juno in Capricorn or Venus in Capricorn, or they got a trine from Juno to Saturn. That's what creates the planetary alignment for them to like older women. Or, I mean, for a man. I mean, I've seen this several times in consultations where I've had a young guy and he loved older women. First thing I look at with his Juno or Venus is in Capricorn, or he got something, trine in Saturn from Venus, or his Juno. So, I mean, it is what it is, guys. We all are designed to be with Pacific people at a Pacific age, in a Pacific date, and a specific characteristic about them that we're designed to be with them for. So in this case, he likes older women, which is really good. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that as long as the planetary alignments align with him. And with all this Earth, I mean, man, I bet he feels just he feels and thinks that she's just perfect for him because it's a deeper connection. All right. So I just want to point that out, guys. This is really nice. They do have a lot of Earth going on, a nice deep connection of Earth. Also, I wanted to point out to you his relationship dynamic in his chart. Look at his Venus too, guys. It's creating a nice trine with Jupiter. So that's really good. Look at that. That's a beautiful thing. And it's part of Fortune and Vesta. I mean, that's a grand trine. So he's good, loving women and stuff like that. Loving in relationships and creating that whole emotional bond. I mean, that's real good. So he has that knack, guys, to do that. So, all right. Let's take a look at both of their charts together. All right. So again, he's on the outside, guys, and she's on the inside. Um, let's just take a look and just go around the wheel. All right. So we see that his part of Fortune, as of right now, his Vista as well, is right by her ascendant. So that's nice, right? We keep going around. And that's in her first house too. Because we got our birth time, which is really good. Now, let's take a look at the fourth house. Look at her fourth house, guys. So you see this? See, this is what I'm talking about. When I say this is a nice connection. Look at his son. His son is in her fourth house, guys. That's nice, right? You see that? That's really nice. So when they're at home, I mean, it's all good. It's all good when he's at home with her. When they're in the same spot or they're in a living condition, the fourth house rules your living condition, or if you can live with that person or not. So he's in. Look at, he got a stellium of planets in her fourth house. That's a beautiful thing. I mean, that's nice, right? Look at that. That's really nice. So the sun, his sun is at 28 degrees of Virgo again. And look at that trine going to her sun at 28 degrees of Taurus. So that right there in itself, guys, is nice. Just beautiful. And again, look at that moon. Now, it's not out of orb to me. A lot of astrologers will say this is out of orb because the trine sometimes has 6-degree orb, but since it's the moon, I give it a little bit more. Look at that. His moon is at 10 degrees of Taurus, or it could be at 12 degrees of Taurus. Either way, it's trining her moon at 18 degrees of Capricorn. I mean, that's all Earth. So they all Earth, guys. On top of that, look at his Mars. Guys, this is nice. I do like this. His Mars at 21 degrees of Capricorn, of course, is making a conjunction to what? Her moon in the 7th house. So that's good. That's good, guys. And also, leaning over at my notes. So I don't want to forget nothing, guys. Now, his Mars, guys, of course, is exalted in Capricorn. So we do know that, but her moon is in its detriment in Capricorn. But it's all good. Nonetheless, it's all good because that's nice. But this Mars creates a nice trine with her sun, her natal sun in the 11th house right there, guys. So that's really good. Also, that conjunction with his moon in the 11th house. Look at that. So that's another thing, guys. So when they're out together in a group activities, a group of people, amongst friends, they look good together. Look at that. His moon is making a conjunction to her Mercury in the 11th house. So, and with that trine with him right there, with Mars going to her 11th house with her sun right there in the 11th house at 28 degrees of Taurus, they look good together outside of the house. So when they show up on the red carpet and stuff like that, they both look good together. See that? So that's a nice flow of energy right there. They look good together outside of the house, outside in the public. The moon rules the public eye. So and when they're in groups of people, amongst groups of people, they look really good together. That's the reason they're compatible, guys. So that's a nice compatibility. They have nice trines. They have a lot of nice trines. They got some squares too, but Oh yeah, they got some good trines. They got a lot of good stuff going on, guys. So I just want to point that out. Man, if she was a little bit younger, she can definitely have some kids with him, but unfortunately, she's a little bit older now. But yeah, look at this fifth house thing. Remember, I talked about the fifth house. Now, his Venus and Pluto are located in her fifth house. You see that? So again, we talk about younger men, and the fifth house rules young men. So we see her love right here, all in the fifth house. So that's really good. Really good, guys. So keep that in mind. That's a nice little kicker right there. Nice little tidbit. Nice trine with Pluto. Look at this Pluto, guys. It's at 5 degrees of Scorpio. I mean, the fifth house rules romance too, guys. So, of course, you got the Venus right there, and you got Pluto right there in Scorpio, creating a nice little trine with her ascendant. So they have, they got nice sexual chemistry, guys. Nice sexual chemistry. I mean, really good. I mean, that's some good compatibility right there. All right. Wow. It's pretty cool. Look at his Juno. His Juno's in her sixth house. That's good, right? So if she wanted to, go back to music and sing again and, work in service, look at that. He's right there to support her, guys. That's nice. His Juno 8 degrees of Sag. That creates a nice little trine with what? Her Pluto in the second house. I mean, there you go again. Some more trines and Mars. So they do got conflict resolution. Look at that. That's nice. They have a conflict, man. I mean, look at that. He got his Mars creating a nice little trine with her sun, and then you got his Juno creating a nice little trine with her Mars. I mean, they got conflict resolution now. That ain't a big deal. So when they do have conflict, emotional conflict with his moon and Mars right there, look, trust me, guys, they're going to iron it out. So I like that about them. That's really nice. Really nice. I like that. So that deep earth connection irons it out every single time. I mean, brings her back down to earth, right? So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I like that. Let's see what else we got going on here with their compatibility. Let's see. We are looking at her. Oh, yeah, her Juno. That's in Libra right here. So his Mercury creates a nice conjunction with her Juno. As you guys know, you guys remember I talked about Ursher and Chile, how they had that Venus and Juno conjunction, how it created such a connection, the strongest connection ever. This is a mental connection right here. I mean, not only emotional, but they already got emotional connection, but this is a mental connection. So they connected mentally with each other with this Mercury and Juno. I mean, it's an air conjunction. Okay, so and also it's a little emotional connection conjunction as well because of course Libra's ruled by Venus. So oh yeah, I mean this is really nice. It's really nice, guys. So that feels really deep with them. So, but yeah, I would not suggest that they get married. Not with the personal planetary alignments. Even with his Mercury, it's squaring her moon in the seventh house right there. So just right off the back, I wouldn't recommend that. I mean, look at that. So yeah, let me see her. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Her Venus at what 25 degrees of Gemini. I mean, yeah, see, that's what I mean. Um Again, guys, you remember I spoke to you guys about when the person's sun is squaring the other person's Venus. Yeah. See, they got that. See, that's another reason I wouldn't recommend them get married. So if you see his son is actually squaring her Venus. All right. So I would not recommend that. I mean, that right there, her love can change, of course. When you got anything, something Gemini like that, Mercury in Gemini, Venus in Gemini, they love can change. We just saw Candy Burrs, right? with Todd, with Todd, guys. We already saw that. Okay, people change their mind. In this case, we got Venus and Gemini. All right. So that's already multiple lovers, but you know, this her mind can change about her love with him. I don't think it's going to change too hot because this Venus is in her 12th house, which means that this is towards the end of her life, right? This is when, remember the 12th house, guys, is later on in life. So just keep that in mind. Whenever you see the planets in the 12th house, all that stuff is going to happen later on in life. All right. She found a younger guy later on in life. So this is all 12th house. All 12th house stuff, guys. So that's what you got with it, so I wouldn't recommend that they get married. Also, look at this. I mean, her Venus is in opposition of her seventh house. Now, although she was married to Sonny Bono, still, guys, I mean, there's no telling what was going on in the marriage. You get what I'm saying? Also, he died. So there you go. So that marriage still ended. It just ended through death. Okay. Not through divorce, but it ended. That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't recommend that she get married. I would recommend that she stay, girlfriend and, just her boyfriend. Keep Alexander Edwards as a boyfriend, not married. I mean, actually, it was a rumor going around. They was engaged and they was about to get married. Well, they was about to get married. That was a rumor. Not they was engaged, but they wanted to get married or whatever. Somebody squashed that rumor or whatever. So, which is good. They need to just stay engaged if they are engaged, and you stay engaged and just keep it at that. All right. Because as you guys can see from her planetary alignments, her personal planetary alignments, it just ain't gonna work. It won't work. So, but what else we got going on with them? We got her South Node right there. We got a conjunction with his Uranus, which is nice. Again, guys, that's that spontaneous stuff, right? Spontaneous activity. Nice. Love that. We got his North Node right here, although it's a separating aspect. Doesn't matter, guys. A trine is a trine. That's nice. That's going right to her Mars. Also, right to her third house cusp in Leo. So that's good. Nice trine. I mean, they got some nice trines, man. Look at that. Again, Uranus, along with the third house cusp, man. And that third house, guys, that's communication. That's like movement and all that good stuff. So that's good. I love that. I mean, that's really nice. I like that. So that's a beautiful thing right there. I like it. Love it. They got a nice connection. So really nice connection. I'm loving every moment of it. I like to see this. I like to see two people that are compatible, guys. Um, this type of planetary alignment, guys, it's pretty hard to find. I mean, unless you, of course, you are looking at the planetary alignments when you date somebody. You know what I'm saying? But it is good to see this. This is nice. They got some really good stuff going on. Really good stuff going on. Got Neptune right here. His Neptune is at 3 degrees of Cap. That's nice. That's creating a nice conjunction with what her seventh house cusp, which is good. You got Neptune right here. right? That's a higher octave of Venus. That's good. Look at that. Making a conjunction to her seventh house. That's beautiful. Beautiful thing. His Jupiter, of course, is in where? Her ninth house. That's good, guys. So he gets to philosophy sometimes. I mean, that, her higher thinking and stuff is right there. Although it's retrograde, it's still up there. That's nice. It's nice. That's still up there. So beautiful, beautiful thing, guys. But I just want to point that out. That's really nice to have. You got Saturn right here in the fifth as well. Nice little trine with what? Her Pluto. That's good. Got some good stuff. They got a lot of trines. Again, guys, compatibility. When you're dealing with compatibility of of any individuals, those trines matter, guys. Those trines matter. I'm telling you, it's a beautiful thing. So, oh yeah. But guys, yeah, we're gonna do this again. Guys, if you haven't subscribed already, please do. Um, Such a beautiful thing. I'm loving every moment of this. I like it. We'll see you guys on the next one.